Join me today for this fast-paced mat session in which we'll be including isometric holds and stretching. This is the Benniebarrefitness Pilates Studio. Begin seated on the mat, holding onto the knees. We're going to cat-cow through the spine. Inhale, lift the chest nice and tall. Exhale, scoop and hollow out. Just get warmed up, moving through the spine here and connecting your breath to the movement. Rolling down onto the back, legs up in tabletop. We're going to peel up head, neck, and shoulders, reach the legs out to 45 degrees and go into the 100. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5 pulses. Keeping the gaze forward, avoid strain in the neck by looking up at the ceiling. Keep the chin tucked in towards the chest. Straighten out through the legs. If having the legs extended to 45 degrees is too much, take the legs straight up towards the sky to 90 degrees, or even bringing the legs back into tabletop. Right here, sweep the arms up overhead to frame the face and gently lower back down into the 100 position. Lifting up tall, keeping those legs extended out towards 45 degrees or whatever position they were in. Lift up to frame the face, bring back down, stabilizing through the shoulders. Keep your focus and your balance. Bend the knees in towards the chest, lower down head, neck, and shoulders, and reach the legs out long on your mat. Bringing the arms up overhead, go into the roll up here. Exhale, peeling up through the spine, reaching out over the toes, and rolling right back down, maintaining the C curve the entire time. Exhale, peel up one vertebrae at a time, reaching out, inhale, and exhale, rolling back down. Now stacking up tall through the spine. Arms come out to a T and legs come together. Spine twist. Exhale, twist off to the side. Inhale, return center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, return center. Thinking about keeping the hips nice and steady. We don't want the feet shifting back and forth here. That twist is all happening through the spine. If it's too much to have the arms extended here and sit up tall through that spine at the same time, you can bring your hands onto your shoulders or your arms coming into prayer pose here. This time as you twist off to the left, hold your body here. Concentrate on the right foot and lift it just slightly off of the mat. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Twist back to center and come to the opposite side. Twisting to the right, and now the left foot is lifting and lowering. Back to center. Arms coming in, take the feet about hip distance apart, and right here we're going into the spine stretch. Lift up and over, reach beyond the toes and stack up through the spine one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling to prepare and exhale as we reach up and over. Inhale, lift up, stacking through the spine. As we stack up through the spine, think about the vertebrae stacking one on top of the other as you lift up nice and tall, shoulders over top of the hips. This time, spine stretch forward and hold here. Breathing deeply, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And see if you can't lower down into that stretch more, lowering the body more towards the floor. And continue to breathe deeply. Now stack up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Roll back onto your back on the mat. And float the legs up into tabletop position. Extend them out to 45 degrees and move into the rollover. Spread the feet hip width apart and roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to take these nice and slow, really concentrating here. Point the toes, legs zip together. Peel your spine off one vertebrae at a time as we roll over. Feet separate, hip distance apart, flex through the heels, and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Feel that spine melting into the mat. Use the core to accomplish this. Point through the toes, legs coming together. Now peel up one vertebrae at a time. Feet come hip distance apart and flex, making sure here that the weight of your body is coming to your shoulder blades and not up into your head and neck. Keep the chin tucked in and eliminate strain through your neck. We're rolling through the spine here nice and slow, making sure to articulate one vertebrae at a time. Roll down slow and with control. Exhale. Peeling up even more slowly and with more control. Hold in this rollover position and see if you can't lower your toes closer towards the floor, and hold here as you breathe deeply. And now slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Extend the legs out towards 45 degrees and hold right here. Making sure to maintain neutral pelvis. Don't get extra air underneath the back. Hold right here, feel that core working. Now going into the single leg stretch. Pull one knee in, other leg extends out long. 2 pulses, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, switch, 1, 2. Keep it going. Head, neck, and shoulders are peeled off the mat. Gaze is forward over the legs. Transitioning to single straight leg stretch. Leg is extended long, and we're grabbing somewhere between underneath the knee and the ankle. Pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. Stretching out those hamstrings, working the abdominals. Legs coming into tabletop here. We're going next into the double leg stretch. Legs reach out 45 degrees. Arms do as well, framing the face. And then we snow angel the arms back in as the knees pull back in, maintaining neutral pelvis. Good. Reach out long. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Make sure that you keep this steady flow of breath here. Don't let the rib cage flare or extra air come in underneath the back. Right here, hands come up behind the head, elbows wide, legs up towards 90 degrees. We're going into the double straight leg stretch. Reach the legs out towards 45 degrees and squeeze back up. Here this becomes even more challenging to maintain that neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Inhale as we reach and lengthen away. Exhale as you lift the legs back up towards 90 degrees. Don't forget to breathe and don't be tempted to hold your breath here. Let that exhalation fuel your movement and help you steady in this challenging exercise. Now let your legs lower down and lift up into a seated position. We're going next into the saw. Arms come out to a T, legs come out to the width of your mat. We're going to twist to one side and reach and lift. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist and reach. Inhale, lift. As we twist, we take the pinky finger out beyond the pinky toe. Back hand turns facing up towards the ceiling and our gaze reaches back towards the back hand. We twist through that spine first and then reach. Again here, we would like to eliminate the shifting of the hips and the feet. Think about keeping them anchored and secured down. Now reach out beyond and hold here with the left hand reaching beyond the right foot. Deepen a little bit into that stretch, bringing your face closer to your leg. Lift up tall, switch to the other side, reach out and hold. Deepen that stretch, reach down a little lower. And lift up tall, return to center. Take the legs out wide, go into a pancake stretch, grab a hold of both of those feet, and take your chest down to the mat. And breathing deeply, enjoy this nice little stretch. Good, lifting up, turn over your right leg and lower down the chest towards the leg, extending the arms out long. Stretch and breathe here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Steady the breath. Lift up, reach over the left leg, reach out long. Think about taking the chest and the face down towards the leg. Good, and lifting up tall, reach straight out onto the mat, reach the arms out long to frame your face, and lower down the body. Reach the hands a little bit further, and lift up. Bring legs back together, roll back onto the back, right leg coming up and lifting tall for leg circles. We're going to take these internally. And switch directions. Circling to the outside. Lift the leg up, holding on behind the ankle or foot, and pulling the leg down towards the face and body, stretching through the hamstring. Now taking the same side arm, hold onto the outside of the foot and let the leg drift off to the side. Breathing deeply, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Lifting that leg back to center. And now you're going to use your arms to climb up the leg to the foot and climb back down. Climb 1, 2, 3, 4. And climb down 1, 2, 3, 4. Peeling up head, neck, and shoulders and bringing the leg closer towards you as you climb. And as you climb back down, you'll lower head, neck, and shoulders down towards the mat. Switching legs. Left leg reaching up and going into single leg circles, starting with that internal rotation. Switch direction, taking those circles to the outside, keeping the hips stable and steady, or the pelvis stable and steady as you rotate through that hip, Now grab a hold behind the ankle or behind the calf and stretch the leg towards the body, stretching out through the hamstring. Same side arm reaches up and grabs onto the foot and stretches the leg off to the side. Thinking about keeping the opposite hip planted down on the mat. And breathing deeply, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Lift your leg back up to center and begin to climb up as if it were a tree. Climbing to the top of your foot, and then lowering your head, neck, and shoulders back down as you climb down the leg. Climb down 1, 2, 3, 4, and lift 1, 2, 3, 4. And lower that leg towards the mat. Stretch the arms up overhead to frame the face. Right here, floating the legs up into tabletop. Reach them away to 45 degrees and go up into the corkscrew. Circling out the side. Bring the legs back to 45 degrees and change direction. Circle off to the right, come up into that rollover position, twist the heels off to the side, and then circle the legs down. And again, going back the way you came, twisting up, keep the hips steady, swivel the feet beyond the shoulder, twisting off to the side, and circle the legs back down towards 45 degrees. Coming back up into that twisted rollover the same direction that you came down. And taking a full circle back down. Just like in the rollover or any of these inverted exercises, we want the weight of the body to come to the shoulder blades and not up to the head and neck. Keep the chin tucked in towards the chest. If you have any difficulties with your upper back or neck, then you're probably aware that inverted exercises like these should be avoided. Wonderful for the spine. Good. From here, we're going to bring the hands up behind the head, elbows wide, and go into the crisscross, legs coming into a tabletop position. Every time that you cross over, you're going to twist through the body and think about taking the elbow to the outside of the knee as you reach the opposite leg out long. Peel up one shoulder blade and reach. So this exercise is not simply about having the elbows narrow and taking the elbow to the knee, but we're really twisting through the body and thinking about reaching beyond the knee. And get ready for a hold. Twist that left elbow across the knee and now extend the left arm out long beyond the leg to the outside of the leg. Hold that position. Your left leg is still held out to 45 degrees, your right leg in towards tabletop. Breathing here. And now twist to the opposite side. Extend the arm out long beyond the knee. And hold here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. The hand is still up, supporting behind the head. Now this time we're going to switch to the opposite side, and your leg that is extended long, we're going to lift and lower. So it's going to hover off the mat and come back up towards 45 degrees. Continue breathing here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Make sure that you are not holding your breath. Good, switching to the other side. Same thing, opposite leg, the one that is straight and extended, we're going to lower and lift. It goes from floating off of the mat, hovering above it, to lifting up to 45 degrees. So you're still hovering here, you're not touching that leg down or dropping it on the mat, just simply moving between those two positions. Good, and lower down that upper body towards the mat. Wrap your hands around your knees and give a little hug here. Rock from side to side, giving yourself a nice little back massage. Now slide those legs out long on the mat. Hands come up behind the head, elbows wide, flex through the feet, hip distance apart, and we're going into the neck pull. Rolling up, taking the elbows down towards the legs, stacking up through the spine nice and tall. Now hinge back, and finally roll through the body all the way down towards the mat. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, roll up with those hands behind the head, bring the body down towards the legs, and then stack up tall through the spine. Hinging back here, and roll down through the spine. We're slowing down that hinge a little bit, holding it there. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, peel forward, rolling up, folding down over the legs and stacking up tall through the spine. Hinge back first, hold that hinge, and finally roll back through the spine. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll forward, and we're going to bring those elbows down towards the legs and hold here, stretching. And now roll up, stacking tall through the spine. Hold this here, reaching the head up towards the ceiling, shoulders over top of hips, nice, straight and tall. And now hinge back, hold here, feel that core working. And roll down through the spine onto the mat. Inhaling to prepare. Exhale, rolling up into the neck pull, fold forward, holding the same place as here. Hold that stretch. Body folded forward towards the legs. Stack up tall through the spine. Elbows nice and wide. Hold here, stretching and lengthening. Hinge back and hold the hinge. Chest nice and open. And finally rolling down through the spine one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen those arms out long to frame the face. Reach through arms and feet. Stretch break here, lifting up one knee, pulling it in towards the chest, straight in towards the chest, keeping the leg parallel. Now reach over and twist that knee across the body for a supine spine twist. Feel that stretch and twist through the spine, breathing deeply here. Returning that knee back through center, switching arms and holding it off to the outside. Feel your body release and open. Feel any tension in this position and breathe into it, releasing into that stretch. Return the leg back to center, lower back down, and switch legs. Pull that knee straight in towards the chest. Reach with your opposite arm and cross that knee over the body. Breathing deeply, releasing into the stretch. Bring it back through the center, switch the arms, and hold onto that leg, stretch off to the opposite side. And lower that leg down towards the mat. From here, we're going to flip over into a prone position, coming onto the stomach. We'll take the hands underneath the shoulders and we're going to lift up into swan, holding here. We want to make sure that our shoulders are rolled down and back. Our neck is in line with the spine and we have a nice long neck of the swan without the shoulders shrugging up towards the ears. The pubic bone is pushing down into the mat and the feet are down. We have a nice rounding through the low back. Release down, take the arms up to frame the face and lift both the legs and the arms, holding here. Lower down the legs and lift back up into swan, holding this stretch. Breathing deeply, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Coming back down onto the stomach, arms come out, frame the face, and lift both the arms and the legs. Working and building strength through the spine, through the back. Now hands coming back underneath the shoulders, and we're going to go into the swan dive. Exhale as you dive forward, inhale as the chest lifts. Remaining nice and round through the lower back. If you'd like pointers for this exercise, you can see my how-to video for the swan dive. Catching yourself at the top, and now pushing back into a rest pose. Really important to rest the spine after we've been extended. Now coming back up into a plank, going through chaturanga and holding here in a nice straight line, elbows tight to the body, just hovering off of the mat. Hold and let those arms work, and finally lowering down. We're going to reach back and grab the ankles and lift up through the chest. So we're just going to hold in this position rather than go into the rocking exercise right now. You'll see with me and feel on yourself that as you're breathing, your body will naturally begin to rock. Go ahead and lower down, fold the ankles towards your glutes, and now lift back up. So as you exhale and the air comes out of your belly, your body will naturally begin to rock with that breath. It's the same breathing technique that we use in the swan dive. Lowering back down. As we lift up again, we'll concentrate on squeezing the shoulder blades, rolling the shoulders down and back, lifting the chest, lifting the legs, and now we will go into the rocking. Exhale as we're diving forward, inhaling as we're lifting the chest. You can feel that this is a natural flow with the breath, and as you were exhaling while holding this, you would begin to rock forward slightly. And now we are purposefully rocking with this exercise and using our breath to help in that momentum, lowering down. Unfold the legs and push back into a rest pose once more. Lift up into a plank position, and we're going to lift the left leg, preparing for the leg pull down, and we're just going to hold here. 3 points of contact for our plank, the 2 hands and 1 foot, and now reaching into the leg pull down. We're going to lift up our heel and rock forward and then press the ankle back with the left leg still lifted and floating. Switching feet, right leg lifting, hold here. And now moving into the exercise, rocking forward and back. Both feet coming down, drop to the knees, and press back into a rest pose. Lifting back up into plank and opening out to a side plank. Your top leg comes over in the front. We're going to hold this side plank here first before we move into the side bend exercise. Keep that hip nice and high, don't let it droop. Nice straight line of the body. And coming into the side bend, arm reaches up and over, and then we lower the hips down towards the mat, hovering. Arm rainbows up and over, and lower the hips down. We're taking 10 here on this side. Keep shoulder stacked over top of shoulder and hip over top of hip. Hold that line. And coming back down into a rest pose. Twist through that wrist that was pressing into the ground. And lift up again through plank and opening into side plank, holding first. Your top leg foot comes into the front. And lifting into side bend. I apologize for the video here. My camera died as I was performing this exercise, and I did not realize that until later. So I'm just splicing together 10 side bends here so you can get about the time that it would take for you to perform this exercise. Last one right here, and go ahead and come back through plank, bend through the knees, and press back into rest pose. Now fold the legs through, reach them out in front, and we're going to prepare to lift up for leg pull up. So we'll lift into this reverse plank. Our fingertips are facing forward towards our feet. Shoulder blades are squeezing back together, chin is tucked forward. We're going to hold this here. And now begin to lift the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching legs. Lift the left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the body down, fold forward, and stretch. Good. Next, we're coming down to the back. onto the mat in a supine position, and we're going to lift up into the teaser. Inhaling to prepare. Exhale, lift up into your teaser position and hold here. And finally, roll back down. Each teaser that we take, we're going to hold for several seconds at the top. Exhale, lifting up. Keep that chest nice and open, making sure you're not C-curving here. Arms are lifted, matching the direction of the legs, and folding back down. Lifting again, holding the teaser. And lowering down. Arms come up to frame the face. Lift again. You can begin to feel here how very much the core has been worked thus far. Lowering back down, and we're really challenging the muscles here towards the end of our session. And lift up into that teaser. Very dynamic exercise, and one of my favorites. And rolling back down. Now lifting the legs up into a tabletop position, reaching them out towards 45 degrees, and we're going to roll over, lifting one arm at a time and coming into the control balance. Hold onto the right foot as you stretch the left foot away and hold, making sure that the weight stays as usual into the shoulder blades and not the head and neck. Bringing that foot down and reaching the other one up and away. This exercise requires both control and balance, hence the name. Lowering back down, switching the legs. Breathing deeply here. Focusing that breath on stabilizing through the body. Lowering the feet down. Now we're going to take both arms down towards the mat, and we're going to lift one at a time up to the feet. And I'll see if you can fold them both down at the same time while keeping those toes down. Lifting up one. If you feel very unstable through the body, stop this and just hold the arms up. And now finally rolling down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Nice little challenge there at the end. Lower the legs all the way down towards the mat. Arms up overhead to frame the face. Breathing deeply. Feel the length and strength in your body. And appreciate the work and concentration that you have put into your mat session today. Bringing the arms back down towards your side, taking just a moment here to breathe, clear the mind, and focus on the breath. And finally, we'll lift and fold forward, enjoying the wonderful length in our low back and hamstrings after our work. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Benniebarre Pilates studio today for this Mat Pilates session. Check out my links in my write-up below for my Patreon account, where you can sign up to do weekly springboard and barre classes with me. There's also an extremely affordable Mat Pilates option where you can train with me and learn the ins and outs of the classical Mat Pilates exercises and how to go from a very beginner level with each of those exercises and advance into intermediate and advanced practitioner. Check out my channel for more Mat Pilates videos just like this one, as well as springboard, barre, positive affirmations, and much more. I will see you guys next time. Please feel free to send me any questions or comments. Let me know what you like, what you would love to see more of, and thank you so much for being here.